Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are fighting! Why? Why?
Okay, so I know what I said. I don't need anybody telling me what I said. I can tell you what I said. What I said was that I was probably going to stop reviewing Real Housewives of New Jersey. Well, at first I said that I was going to stop reviewing Real Housewives of New Jersey because I thought that it was pointless. Girl, I just felt like they're about to give everybody a pink slip and a white box at the end of the season. They're not getting a reunion. Girl, I'm done. And then I said, okay, I may not completely stop reviewing Real Housewives of New Jersey. I may just talk about it in my hot topic videos, and that's what I've been doing. So for the past 3 weeks, I have not put out um, a complete review of the show, but I have been discussing Real Housewives of New Jersey each week that I've been live for the last 3 weeks. This is the first time in 3 weeks, I guess this is week 4, where I have decided to go ahead and give New Jersey an independent review. Okay? Yes. Maybe I had to put on my what is this army fatigue jacket because the girls are fighting. When I tell you, baby, the girls are tussling down in New Jersey, baby. Listen, listen. Let's just get into it. I got a lot to say. Ooh, I have a lot to say. All right. Let me locate y'all. Y'all ready? All right. So I put they asked. I put they asked. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. I put they asked Dolores about marriage every episode. So Teresa, Jennifer, and Dolores met up um, at a place where it kind of like supposed to calm you and all that good stuff. I feel like these. I feel like when they do this, it's kind of pointless with these women. It's no shit. I'm talking about the women across the board because anytime they do this, girl, they'll leave and just start. Girl, they'll go to a place where it's supposed to calm you, and they'll leave and go to dinner and curse each other out. Anyways, um, but nonetheless, they went to this place, and Jennifer is asking Dolores about marriage, and of course, Dolores is. Dolores looks like a fool because I don't understand. There are some people out there saying that the reason why Paulie and his ex-wife have not gotten divorced, I guess, is due to business reasons. They own um, some businesses in Amsterdam, from what the people say. I don't know what that has to do with them not getting a divorce. I don't know. I just think it's weird that 10 years is a long time to be separated. And then he's telling this lady to her face, even if I got a divorce tomorrow, that don't mean that I'm getting down on one knee and proposing to you. Either Dolores is just going to have to come out and say, listen, I don't care about that man being married. Girl, we together. He not with the woman no more. They haven't dealt with each other that way in X amount of years. I'm good. It's cool. It is what it is. But I think until Dolores comes out and says that, the conversation is going to continue about why Dolores, when Dolores, girl, how Paulie is going to propose, when he's going to propose. So she has to come out and just shut it down because at this point, again, Dolores, she kind of looks foolish. And then you let this man kind of talk to you any kind of way in that restaurant, and girl, anyways, um, Melissa is preparing for an Envy fashion show. And so she has models come to her new location. Danielle also comes by, and they're talking about the bottle that Teresa sent over. Listen, girl, she says it was for a spectacle. It was. I don't care if Louis was the one who told Teresa, they should send a bottle over. That is Teresa's brother. If Teresa was really and truly done with Joe, she would have told Louis no. Full stop. But because Teresa is not either Teresa is not completely done with Joe and Joe is not completely done with Teresa, which I understand because they are brother and sister, right? And it's not like they haven't been in each other's lives since the beginning of time, right? It's not like they just met each other last week and girl, I don't care about this relationship. They have history, a long history. So I can understand how it could be a tug of war with your sibling. I don't like them today, I like them tomorrow. I don't like them today, I like them tomorrow. But I think one of the things that the Teresa stands are going to have to also recognize and accept is that Teresa is with the BS too. Teresa, she does things to, of course, continue um, the conversation of her and Joe. So now, like I said this in my last week's review on my live, so it appears to the fans that, oh, they're just sitting around talking about Teresa just because. No, they're having a conversation about Teresa at Melissa's home because Teresa sent over a bottle of their father's favorite beverage, basically. So of course now the conversation is going to be about Teresa. I just think it's weird. I think it's weird that people watch these shows and we think that they are not supposed to talk about each other. It's an ensemble cast. And as I stated last week, that's the reason why they're in the situation they're in now, because nobody feels like they should be talking about the other person. Conversation shouldn't happen. Girl, this is not your solo show. Again, it's about 7 or 8 girls in those opening credits. Y'all better be talking about each other. um, Anyways, I think it was for show. If Teresa really wanted to mend, or if Louis felt like that was a great idea, I could see them doing that when the cameras are not up. But the simple fact that she did it when the cameras are up, girl, it's just for show. And don't get it twisted. I don't think that Joe is innocent. I don't think that Teresa is innocent. I don't know the history behind Joe and Teresa, and I don't care. Okay, all I can go by is what I've seen. Um, I don't think if they remain on the show, and that's a if, I don't think they will. Somebody, they get rid of somebody. But if they remain on the show, I could see Teresa and Joe possibly coming around and trying to work on their relationship again. Again, they're brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then they like to live by this family is everything, even though quite as because I don't really think they like each other. I just think they deal with each other because they're brother and sister. Or they feel like they're supposed to deal with each other because they're brother and sister. Anyways, Teresa gets pissed off because Dolores tells her that Joe Fugazi girl mentioned Gia's name. Girl, I'm sorry, I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. Out of everybody on the show, out of all the children, Gia is the only one that I have seen in the times that I have been watching this show that puts her nose into these folks' business. So technically, Gia is a grown woman. She's 21. If she wants to sit around and engage in the conversations and put her 2 cents in, Gia is not off limits. So if John wants to mention Gia, if Jackie wants to give an analogy about Gia, if Margaret decides to drag Gia, then it is what it is. If Gia did like Frankie and Gabby and the other children and minded their business, nobody will mention Gia. But because Gia wants to be in the shit, then Gia gonna be in the shit. Period. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it where Gia can sit around and put her 2 cents in, but then on the flip side, nobody's supposed to say anything about Gia because Gia is one of the children. You know. Anyways, now listen, I don't know anything about a I ain't never hosted no charity event, girl, so I don't know how it works. I saw people online saying that if Danielle did pay, I guess, pay herself, or she took the money. I don't know if she took the money out, the money that she came out of pocket for. Um, she gave herself back. She paid herself back and then paid the people. I don't know. I saw people online saying that that's perfectly fine. I will say that in my head, I would think that if it was a charity event, that how would you pay yourself back? Because it's supposed to be for charity. Now, it's one thing, I guess, if you write it off on your taxes, I guess, or try to. But I was not with Jennifer, but it crossed my mind too. Like, girl, are you supposed to be paying yourself back? Did you pay yourself back? But then Teresa, towards the end of the episode, Teresa chimed in when they were having the conversation, and so I guess that Danielle paid the people that she needed to pay, and then she gave the remaining money to whatever organization. Now, was she included in the people that she needed to pay? I guess so. I don't know. But it did cross my mind like, girl, it does sound strange that you're throwing a charity event, but then you're also paying yourself back. I would assume that the money will all go to charity. And like Jennifer said, I pay the people out of my pocket, and then whatever money I get from the charity, I'm giving it all to the charity. I'm not paying the people out of the charity. Like that comes out of my pocket directly. That's how I would imagine that it works too. But again, I don't know. I ain't never threw no charity event, but I saw people online saying that the way Danielle did it, and ain't nothing wrong with that. So I don't know. Anyways, um, Teresa, girl, when I tell you, again, I have not watched every episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I just started watching in full seasons, probably 4 seasons ago. I used to watch episodes here and there in the past. You know what I'm saying? I knew who some of the girls were. But I could never tell you what was going on, right? But one thing I noticed, I felt like Jackie this season has been looking like a goddamn fool. And that's one of the things I have been vocal about in my reviews. I don't understand it. I don't understand this friendship that Teresa and Jackie has. I think a lot of other people have been looking at Jackie sideways. For the girls who don't know, Jackie was one of my girls. But now Jackie just comes across as a lame to me. Jackie is lame. Jackie looks lame. And how some of us felt was pretty much, girl, solidified this episode when Teresa let the girls know that she don't give a fuck about Jackie. She's just using Jackie to take down Marge. And she better do what she need her to do, or the friendship is over. That's what Teresa said. So you got Jackie out here who is on this take down Marge mission, all in the name of Teresa, who don't give a damn about her. And Jennifer knows that Teresa don't give a damn about her. They're both basically using Jackie to help take down Marge. To help them take down Marge. And Jackie is so desperate. This is what I feel. Jackie is so desperate to get her full-time position back that she's willing to do whatever she needs to do, even if it means throwing her friendship with Marge, girl, in the Mississippi River. It don't matter because I want my full-time. I want my peach back. I just think it's weird. And Jackie has been looking like a fool this entire season. She's been looking dumb. And I know she has to feel dumb after watching this episode. And even I saw some people online saying, oh, well, even though their friendship was built off of mistrust, they've actually developed a close friendship. Their friendship not gonna last. Their friendship not gonna last. The friendship was never rooted in genuine honesty, girl, love. It was just, girl, manipulation, conniving, girl, dusty, girl, trifling, girl, gutter snipe behavior. It's not going to last. Even if they could come out and say we're friends today, girl, that friendship is not going to last because Teresa don't care about. And especially if Teresa remains on the show and they get rid of Marge, girl, she has no need for Jackie anymore. Even if they got rid of Jackie and Marge, I can guarantee you that Teresa would not remain friends with Jackie outside of the show because what she wanted to be done, which was pretty much get Marge off the show, girl, it'll be done. Anyways, Marge and Rachel, Margaret goes over to Rachel's home. Rachel gives us an update on her baby. She had surgery. She has to pretty much like wake her up every few hours and like pull her lip up or something, girl. I don't know. So I guess whatever was wrong with it, it won't go back. It won't reattach. She said the baby is speaking more clearly, so that's a good thing. Joe could have cancer. This is Margaret's first time saying it. She hasn't even told Melissa. Rachel, you know one thing, y'all don't like Rachel. I know why people don't like Rachel. People don't like Rachel because they feel like Rachel going after Teresa, girl. But I like Rachel. I think if anybody, they definitely should bring Rachel back. Rachel, girl. I'm gonna tell you who. Anyway, they should definitely bring back Rachel next season. I think Rachel is cool. I like the fact that Rachel was honest with Marge. I like the fact that she didn't, I like the fact that she told Marge, girl, you sending a screenshot of the text message, girl, that was too low. See, that right there lets me know that Rachel and Marge could build a real true friendship built on honesty and girl, me not kissing your ass because I'm telling you to your face, girl, that I think that you sending the text message is too low, and girl, I know not to send you a text message. Basically, girl, I think come on, Rachel. Rachel is cool to me. What's his name? Paulie and Dolores go to work out. Paulie tells Dolores said something about getting surgery. So I guess she's thinking about getting more plastic surgery. Dolores, girl, y'all better. Girl, I'm all down for a little nip and tuck. Don't get it. I'm all down for a nip and tuck. Girl, whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. But at some point, it's like, girl, what else? Like Dolores, but that just goes to show whenever you look in the mirror, you see what you see, and you don't care what nobody else got to say. Dolores looks absolutely fine to me. Dolores is one of the baddest bitches, girl, out of all the housewives across the board. Like, what do you need, Dolores? You look perfectly, girl, from head to toe. Dolores is bad, girl. So I didn't hear what she said, what type of surgery she would possibly have, but I'm assuming it was plastic surgery because Paulie was like, you take the surgery, I take the effing road. Girl. If all it takes is for you to leave Dolores over some plastic surgery, you don't want to be with Dolores anyways. Okay, now I get it. But if that's the part that's going to make you hit the road, plastic surgery, girl, just leave now. Okay? Does Margaret talk about Paulie and Dolores? Yes, I do believe Margaret does. Let me just say something. I believe that everybody in the group talks about Paulie and Dolores. It has come up almost probably every episode this season about Paulie and Dolores getting married. When is he going to get a divorce? They bring it up too much, right? For me to believe that they don't have their own separate conversations outside of the group about Paulie and Dolores. Now, to what degree is Margaret just dragging Paulie and Dolores? I don't know. I don't know if she drags Paulie and Dolores, but I could see them all. I could see Teresa talking to Jennifer. I could see Margaret talking to Jackie. I could see Jackie talking to Teresa. Like, I could see everybody having their own individual conversations about Paulie and Dolores and how it looks crazy. Now, again, is Margaret just dragging Paulie and Dolores? I don't know. But I definitely think that everybody's talking about Paula and Dolores. I do. um, Jackie. Okay, so Teresa's having her party. The party looked really, really nice. Jackie walks up to Dolores. Girl, listen. This is where Jackie, girl, this is where Jackie messed up for me. I'm about to say something. We're just gonna tell some truth. If you have a friend group, there are sometimes in friend groups, everybody does not get along. There are times in friend groups where some people bump heads, and you may call another friend and vent to that friend about so and so. Another person may call so and so and be like, "Yeah, we went out the other day and that heifer said this. I'm so pissed off at her." Like, sometimes there are arguments. Sometimes friends talk about each other. Now it depends on how far you go, right? I feel like if Jackie would have said, "Girl, yes, I did call you a slob, but I called you a slob because it was that day we got it." Now, I'm just making up something. I'm just saying if this was the case. If Jackie could have pinpointed a scenario where where she called Dolores a slob, "Girl, Dolores, I'm sorry. I was upset. It was a day that we got into an argument. It was a day that we got into a disagreement, and I was really in my feelings, and I was venting to Marge, and I called you a slob. But it wasn't like I was just out here just disrespecting you. I shouldn't have done it. But again, I was pissed off. We had just got into a disagreement, and I was venting to Marge." I think that would have made more sense to me. But the way Jackie approached it was like, "Oh, Marge is the real villain." Girl, what? So, girl, you really was out here probably low key talking about talking about Dolores. Now, some people could say, "Well, what was Dolores saying in response to Jackie about about Dolores?" There's a possibility Marge could have just been sitting there listening to Jackie vent, or even if it was through text message. There are times in friend groups where even if people don't get along, that doesn't mean that everybody is just talking about everybody. Girl, she mad at her. I'm just listening to her talk. Girl, what you say happened? All right, well, girl, I'm not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then your other friend called you, "Girl, me and so got into it. Girl, what happened?" You gotta act like you don't know. "Girl, what happened?" "Girl, so and so." "Okay, well, girl, I'm not gonna say nothing." So you done got two people that called you, fussing and cussing about each other, and girl, there's a possibility that Marge didn't say nothing. I'm just saying, y'all. But Jackie didn't play it that way. Jackie just really is on some, "You worried about me calling you a slob," where Marge has talked about everybody. Well, girl, if you're this is my thing with Jackie. If you're gonna call it out at this point, we 8 episodes into the season. Girl, if you're gonna tell us tell us what Marge has said about the people, because Marge is sending out screenshots, baby girl. So at this point you already have burnt the bridge with Marge over trying to be friends with Teresa. So if Marge is sending out text messages, screenshots about you calling Dolores a slob, at this point, girl, you need to start releasing receipts too. Because clearly you don't want to be Marge friends anyway. Anyways, let's move on. Oh, girl. Oh, honey, the showdown. The showdown. Ooh, the showdown. The showdown, baby girl. Danielle, girl, and Jennifer. Woo! Now, this is what I saw. Okay, it's so crazy. We can watch these television shows, and we all walk away with our own perspective. And you see things that I don't see. I see things that you don't see, and sometimes we can see the same thing and just still have a difference of opinion. And I think this may be one of those scenarios. So Danielle was talking to Teresa. and she wanted to make sure that her and Teresa were good. Um, and she wanted to reassure her that whatever conversations that we're having, we're not mad. I'm not bad mouthing you, right? So just know that even though I am friends with Rachel and Margaret and Melissa, girl, I'm not just sitting around just ripping you to shreds, right? And then she brings up, I guess, the disappointment that she has in the friendship with Jennifer. And then Jennifer walks up, and Jennifer gets right in the middle of Teresa and Danielle. I want to stop right there. I've been seeing people online say that Danielle was all up in Jennifer's face. Well, technically, when Jennifer walked over, she got right in the middle of Danielle and Teresa. So they were really in each other's faces, but that was because when Jennifer walked over, she got in the middle of Danielle and Teresa. So I don't think we can use the Danielle was in Teresa's face. I mean, Danielle was in Jennifer's face because again, Jennifer walked over and stood in the middle of them, and they were this close to each other, like literally 6 inches away from each other. Okay, Jennifer does not like Danielle. Jennifer, and this is coming from someone the girls know. This is the thing. I used to go up for Jennifer, Jackie, and Marge. Those are my girls. And then I liked Danielle at the beginning of last season, and then she kind of dropped the ball towards the end. But everybody, the only person I dislike is Teresa. I don't like Teresa, and I don't like Louis. Okay, so everybody else is all right. But my girl is Marge. Okay, Jennifer does not like Danielle. Jennifer is looking for a reason to fight with Danielle. It's all Jennifer is complaining about everything that Danielle does. At some point, she's gonna start complaining about she don't like the way that Jennifer walks. So she brings up that Danielle, I guess, thinks she's better than the other girls. Hold up. Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody was calling I had to answer that. That was an important phone call. So the first thing that Jennifer brings up is the whole situation she had with Lena, right? um, and then the next thing she brings up is the whole charity event, about the way that she handled the charity event. And she also felt a way about Danielle not putting Aiden plastic surgery on the step and repeat. You know, this is the thing. And I remember this being an issue on Married to Medicine. Remember, they had Met Gala, and if you, depending on if you donated or how much you donated, I can't remember the exact details that determined if you would be on the step and repeat. Also, how big your name would be on the step and repeat. To me, Jennifer is doing the same thing that she claims that Danielle is doing. You feel as though because I gave my time to your charity event, in return, you should have promoted my business. Girl. Not even my business, my husband's business. Girl. Right? Instead of just saying, oh, girl, I donated my time, I'm good. Like it was a charity event, but you're basically saying, girl, you should have gave something to me in return for my time. Like you're trying to act like Danielle is this person who is not doing things out of the kindness of her heart, and she wants to be repaid for a charity event. But girl, that's pretty much that's what you're doing to her, girl. And on some real shit, Aiden Plastic Surgery ain't did shit for Danielle. She asked you to make an appearance or whatever. And you feel as though because you showed up, your husband's name should have been on the step and repeat. No. 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 And then the next thing I'm telling y'all, it just felt like Jennifer was trying to poke at Danielle. That's how I looked at it. because it was just an issue after issue after issue after issue. Girl. Then the next thing she brought up was a conversation that her and Danielle had. I don't believe Jennifer in the way that she delivered the conversation. I believe Danielle, I do. This is the thing. Let me give you two scenarios of how the conversation could have went. Jennifer basically says that Danielle called her one day because some girl that I think Danielle's hairstylist, one of the girls that Danielle knows, basically wanted them to be models for her hair extension line. And the way Jennifer delivered it was, yeah, you called me and said that, we're not getting paid, and she wants us to be models on her, Instagram page, right? And I felt like right then and there, this is what I saw. I think a light bulb went off in Danielle's head, and she said, "Oh, this bitch is trying to play me." And I think that's when Danielle kind of got heated a little bit. Like, oh, this is what we doing down here to the reality TV. Danielle says that it wasn't that way. Danielle said that she gave Jennifer a call to let her know, hey girl, just to let you know, you do know that the work that we're about to do, we're not getting paid, and that we're going to appear on the website or the Instagram page or whatever, right? And I also know how some hairstylists get upset when they see you, working with other people. That is the God honest truth. I have had a few barbers, right, who have not gotten upset with me, but if I went and got my hair cut by somebody else because they were probably booked at the time and I needed a haircut really, really bad, when I would go back to them like a week or two later, they would know if somebody cut my hair and they would bring it to my attention. Oh, you let somebody else cut your hair? It's this loyalty that some people have to their barbers and to their hairstylists. So I completely understood when Danielle was talking about when she said, I just didn't want your girl to be mad if she saw you with another hairstylist, basically. I feel like that's the way the conversation went. Girl, one, I just want to let you know that you're not getting paid. I don't want you beefing with this girl because you're not getting paid. Or if you see your picture floating on her Instagram page, right, and she's profiting and you're not, you didn't get paid for your time. And also, you may want to let your hairdresser know just in case she run across and you over here with another hairdresser. That's how I took it. And I feel like that's really how the conversation went. Girl. I don't think it went like Jennifer tried to put it, like, you called me trying to say, girl, we not getting paid. She got us doing this for free. I don't think it went that way. I really honestly don't. They're talking. They're both using their hands. Danielle is a whole lot more animated than Jennifer. I'm not going to lie, y'all. When I first saw the clip, because I hadn't seen the full clip, I saw like a minute and 30 seconds. I was like, this gives me, like, girl, it's no shade. Until they actually got physical, it almost looked like it was a joke. Like, even with Danielle, like, oh, you're so dirty. You're so dirty. That's the type of girl you are. You're so dirty. I was like, oh, girl, they just acting, girl. It's like, I felt like they were just putting on for it was until they got physical. I was like, oh, girl, that was for real. I felt like it wasn't nothing to be that. I just looked at Danielle like, girl, you just acting in a way. Girl. Once I saw the full thing, I said, oh, girl, I see how it kind of got to that point. But even with that being said, I didn't think that it was that deep for it to have gotten physical. So we look up, girl, Danielle says that you're a dirtbag. You're a dirtbag. And Jennifer said, you're a dirtbag. And then she shoved, Danielle. And when I tell you that motherfucking Danielle grabbed that cup so fast, when I tell you Danielle, whoosh, pow! I said, oh my God. When I tell you Danielle grew up fighting, didn't she say that? Girl, when I tell you the way Danielle, it's almost like Danielle didn't even look down. It's like her hand automatically knew what that glass was. And as soon as Jennifer shoved her, girl, Danielle went, whoop. Pow! When I tell you, girl, she tried to take Jennifer's head off her shoulders. I said, God damn. Girl. Listen, this is what it come down to. I think we are too old to be fighting. I really, really do. I don't think you're never too old to defend yourself, though. I don't get people online defending Jennifer. Jennifer put her hands on Danielle first. End the conversation. Jennifer put her hands on Danielle first. Jennifer put her hands on Danielle first. They are at work. You should not be fighting at work. However, we also know this is not a regular job, right? I'm not getting worked up over the girls fight no more. I told y'all I'm not getting worked up over reality TV like that because there's no point. These girls get mad at each other. Girl, they call each other bitches and hoes and sluts and girl colorist and girl all types of stuff. And then girl, they be friends the next week. So girl, I don't have time to be getting worked up and mad over some stuff when girl, I'm gonna be over here still mad and girl, you done moved on and you friends. Because if Jennifer and Danielle come back next season, girl, I guarantee you they're gonna work through their problems. So you know you see even get worked up. Girl, I don't think Jennifer coming back. Girl, I don't think Jennifer coming back. Jennifer's really not needed, honestly, if you ask me. I don't think Danielle was wrong in this situation. Was Danielle animated? Yes. Was she doing all of this? Yes. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that Jennifer was using her hands too. Another thing I want to address is this thing of old Danielle was yelling at, girl, can I just say something, y'all? I think once we start going down this road of just picking apart everything that the housewives do, oh, well, she yelled at girl. At some point, if we're gonna go down the road of Danielle was yelling at Jennifer and Jennifer was trying to tell her to calm down, if that's the case, all these bitches should have got their ass whooped a long time ago. I don't know one housewife that ain't yelled at another housewife. So if that's the case, everybody need to get their ass whooped. Like, I'm just like, girl, we can't start just going down this, just pick up, like, girl, Danielle, Jennifer walked over to the table, stood between Teresa and Danielle. They were this close to each other. Jennifer was fucking with Danielle. They started arguing. Girl, Jennifer couldn't handle Danielle's mouth because because Danielle started cussing her ass out. Jennifer got mad. She shoved Danielle and Danielle hit her ass back. That's what happened. Case closed. Girl, ain't nothing else to talk about. That's literally what happened. Jennifer walked over to Teresa and Danielle. Let me break it down again for the people who act like they don't understand. Jennifer walked over to Teresa and Danielle. She stood right in the middle. They were this close to each other. Jennifer started naming off these things, these reasons why she has a problem with Danielle. They both started getting worked up. Danielle was more animated than Jennifer. Jennifer got to a point where she really couldn't handle Danielle's mouth. And for a lot of the girls, when they can't handle the other girls' mouths, girl, aka Monique, aka Portia, right? They have no choice but to get physical. That's exactly what happened in this scenario. She couldn't handle Danielle's mouth. Danielle was cussing her ass out. She got upset. She put her hands on Danielle, and then Danielle smacked her ass upside the face. Period. I'm not gonna lie, I did lie. I did holler, girl, when she hit, what's the name upside the head? Pow! And when Jennifer did this, tastes good, baby doll. When I say you bitch bitch, when Jennifer got her finger and licked the side of her neck with the alcohol and then licked it and said, tastes good, baby doll. Girl, I screamed. Girl, Bill is over Jennifer's shit. Girl, Bill don't want to be in that shit. Bill be in the house. Bill was in the house. Danielle walk in, calling girl Jennifer all types of bitches and the devil. Bill finally goes out to see what happens. To see what happened. I really think that Bill is over Jennifer. Not over Jennifer. I don't want to say that sounds mean because it's his wife, but I think he's over Jennifer in the show. I really think that. I think Bill doesn't care about the mess. Bill just wants to come around, get drunk, have fun with the guys, and go home. That's it. But he can't do that because it always seems like Jennifer is in some mess. Not all of it is her fault, right? Anyways, girl, and then Jennifer lying, talking about she didn't push what's her face. And then I also heard too, supposedly, girl, Teresa and Jennifer were out basically saying that Danielle was the aggressor and all this stuff. That's how the girls do. They come out and try to paint these pictures, and then when we finally see what happened, they've done it to Candace, girl. Monique did it to Candace. The viewers did it to Candace multiple times. They tried to act like that Candace just picked up a wine glass and popped Monique upside the hair, even though Monique was the aggressor in that situation, flinging that girl's hair. We ain't even got to go backwards. I feel like that's what they're doing to Kenya, down to Real Housewives of Atlanta. They tried to do it with Danielle. That's what the people are saying online. And then when we see the episodes, we're like, oh, it actually went the opposite way. Girl. Anyways, girl, I'm done. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.